Hello, dear friends, and welcome to another Divine Loss program. I am Correa, and we meet right here every Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to nourish our souls together by studying the laws that govern the universe. For the past few weeks, we have been focusing our attention on the study of virtues and vices. Why is such a study worthy of the higher spirits working under the governance of the Christ and thus worthy of our devotion as well? Because the more we recognize our inner tendencies, the more we can recalibrate ourselves and as a result, better align ourselves with the God centered consciousness which we all reincarnated to embrace. So, this is the beautiful proposal brought to us by the mentors of Kardec Radio. So we would like to thank the mentors and thank each and every one of you for making the choice of consciously connecting to the good through the platforms of Kardec Radio. And tonight we shall nourish our souls by discussing question 897 of the Spirit's Book, written, compiled by Allan Kardec. Let us begin then as we feel welcomed and embraced by the mentors on high. In question 897, Kardec asks, what of an individual who does good not to reap rewards on earth, but in hope that such an action will secure them a better position in the afterlife? Does such a calculation jeopardize their advancement? Very good question. As we prepare to read the answer, let us already ask ourselves an inner assessment therapeutic question. Are we doing the good to calculate the rewards in the afterlife as well? Do we have a hidden agenda for doing the good? Scale from 0 to 10. 0. No, not at all. We do the good because doing the good feels good. Or, yes, we know that if we do the good, we shall pass through the narrow door. 10. Where are we in this scale? Do we have hidden purposes for which we do the good? Excellent question that Kardec asked himself. Let us now prepare ourselves to hear the answer from the mentors on high. The mentors respond to Kardec and all of us as follows. One must do good for the sake of charity, which is to say, selflessly. Nonetheless, Kardec elaborates, everyone has the very natural desire to progress in order to emerge from the painful situation of this life. Spirits themselves teach us to do the good with that goal in mind. So, would it be wrong to think that by doing good, we may be better off than we are on earth? Very good question. Good point. We thank Kardec for elaborating further. And the spirit mentors elaborate further as well by answering as follows. Certainly not, but those who do good without ulterior motives, for the pure joy of being pleasing to God and to their suffering neighbor, have already achieved a certain degree of advancement, which shall enable them to reach happiness much earlier than their brother or sister who more pragmatically does good out of calculation and is not inspired by the natural warmth of their heart. So, direct and clear cut answer from the spirits. Thankfully, doing the good is good no matter what. Depending on our level of spiritual evolution, it may feel more or less natural for us to do the good. In his books, specifically in the book Action and Reaction by Andre Lewis through Chico Xavier, we learn that order precedes spontaneity. How does this apply to the question we just read? It applies because before we learn to do the good spontaneously, all of us do the good as a sense of duty. And that is okay because through effort and repetition, that feeling of dutifulness is replaced by joy of living because doing the good naturally feels good. So, all of us are bound to experience an imperishable sense of joy, of well being by doing the good naturally. We may not be there yet fully, but we have Master Jesus as a model. He constantly experienced joy and spread joy to others by doing the good no matter where he was, beginning with his thoughts and feelings, then materializing those through words and actions. Because he is our model, we have him to aim towards. And thankfully, through the blessings of Spiritism and mediumship for the good, we have many real life accounts of how Master Jesus did the good spontaneously and joyfully. Particularly, we have very beautiful accounts in the book Good News and in the book Jesus in the Home. The book Good News is by Humberto de Campos through Chico Xavier. The book Jesus in the Home is by the spirit Neo Lúcio, also through Chico Xavier. And both of these books have been thoroughly studied by Dr. Vanessa Anceloni right here on Kardec Radio. So if we would like to get acquainted with the ultimate model and guide in the way to study the ways in which he spread the good joyfully because he has already achieved an ultimate sense of selflessness. If we would like to emulate the master, we have these two incredible masterpieces in the Spiritist literature available to us in English via the programs by Dr. Vanessa Anceloni. All we have to do is search the Kardec Radio website on YouTube or the website itself for the program. One is entitled Good News, and the other one is entitled Jesus in the Home. Let us immerse ourselves consciously in the vibratory field of Master Jesus so we more readily jump up towards spontaneously doing the good. Neurologically speaking, we have already learned through neuroscience that the more we see our masters, the people who serve as role models to us, the more our mirror neurons are activated in our brains, and the more we begin emulating their behavior. So, do we have therapeutic question for us? In order for us to learn to do the good, Selflessly, do we have a model? Mhm. Do we accept Master Jesus as our model and guide? Question number one. Question number two. If we have said yes to question one, do we invite him, the Master, into our lives so that he can coach us? Do we accept him as our personal trainer of the soul? If we say yes, great. Let us exercise new muscles of the soul by observing the master of all masters in action, the master of selflessness. We have these two masterpieces available on Kardec radio platforms, which we highly, highly, highly recommend. Let us immerse ourselves in the irradiating vibratory field of the loving Master so that we become closer and closer to the relative perfection that we have enrolled in the school of earth many, many times out of the mercy of God to achieve. So, this is the proposal for us tonight, dear friends, to have our own personal encounter with the Divine Master. We hope that each and every one of us enjoy meeting the beloved Shepherd of humanity and feel embraced by his joyful, healing, loving heart. So, with that, beautiful friends, we wish you many blessings, a beautiful encounter with the Master, and we look forward to seeing you again right here on Kardec Radio, where, of course, we are always nourishing our souls. Many blessings and bye for now. Thank you, dear friends.